hope you are all ready tonight because I got some stories for you. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003, episode 58, and I'm your host, SneakyDevil. Now, we got Atin, the Norwegian, Gray, and a piece of shit in our chat tonight. He won't be talking, so don't worry about that.
True. Fucking pussy.
He at least admits it.
Let's see here. So tonight we're actually going to start with a story posted by Arn a little bit earlier.
Oh.
And
Right.
it's going to be a My Hero Academia story.
Wait, hang on. I remember nothing of this. You're gonna have to expand on what the fuck.
What is this unholy thing?
I didn't post this.
You sure you didn't post that?
Yeah.
I'm
I
like
mean,
90% certain somebody posted this.
On
Oh,
my
it's
server?
N Hunter. Oh, the other useless Russian
yeah.
that can't take fucking criticism.
Yeah, because I don't fucking read MHA. And I will never read MHA. You fuck.
Fucking what a goddamn pussy. Not you, N
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah. I'm aware. I understand the concept of context.
Alright, let me just pour out my first shot for tonight. So tonight
Oh,
is
God.
unofficially brought to you by Bullet Rye, the Frontier Whiskey. 95 proof.
Damn. I've been drinking like for the last 5 hours, roughly.
Whoa.
And I'm at that point in being drunk where you're just sad and beginning to sober. And it's not fun.
Okay,
Living
let us
depression.
go.
Yeah.
So this is
Oh, well. Get more
Izuku's
drunk, eh?
Precious Villains. Izuku moves into a new apartment in a new city. He hopes to get along with his new neighbors well, and maybe become friends with them too. But what he doesn't know is that his apartment is the hangout of evil supervillains. But are the villains ready to handle a quirkless boy whose smiles are brighter than the sun itself? Manga spoilers. 19 chapters, 31k words.
Less than
Oh,
2K.
At least it's short.
So, something that should be of note here is now that I know that N Hunter was the one that posted it, I'm now suddenly understanding why he's capable of reading it. It's because the grammar is about as good as his.
Oh.
Which is to say, non-fucking existent.
Yeah. I mean, there are
Yeah.
words in mostly correct language.
What?
Just no, the words are there and they're in English.
They are
But-
in English, yes.
And the rest is just gone. Oh my god, Isley, fucking.
Just ignore Isley. Don't even
Yeah.
react.
Yeah. I'm just repeatedly baffled by how Isley continues to live.
I am not. I just ignore Isley. Izuku Midoriya double check that he had everything with him. He was a bit nervous. Today, from now on, he'll be living by himself. Although, living by oneself was a part of growing up. You can't always be dependent on your parents forever. But even his mother was saddened to see her little baby leaving her to live on his own. Inko told him that if he changes his mind, he can still move back in with her. But Izuku didn't want to be a burden to his mother after all the years she done for him.
I already want to gut this author like a fucking fish. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so just to start off the first paragraph is
I am in pain.
it gets worse. The plot of this actually gets worse because it becomes utterly nonsensical, not just in grammar, but in setup, right? Izuku, honey, do you have everything? Izuku heard his mother outside his soon-to-be old room. The sound of her voice clearly told that she'll miss him terribly. Honestly, Izuku himself didn't want to leave his mommy. He actually wanted to be with her forever, but that was selfish of him to actually
Download
think
it.
such a thing. What kind of son would forever be dependent on his parents? To him, at least, that was a very awful thing you could do to your own parents. No period.
No. That was a very awful thing. Could do your own parents.
Oh yeah, could do your own.
Wait,
of
could do
course.
your own. Oh, Alabama. Thanks.
Alabama intensifies, yes. Yeah, Mom, I have everything, he said. He tried not to sound like he was crying. Deep down, he totally was crying. Leaving his beloved mother to live in a new apartment by himself was something that he knew that it will
Hello?
happen,
Discord.
that he knew that it will happen one day. What? But he never imagined that will happen so soon?
I just can't.
I have questions.
What?
I don't want answers.
No,
I don't know
what?
questions anymore. I just don't.
No, I'm
No.
This is the part where I'm talking about how I'm baffled by the plot of this story, because the plot is that Izuku is choosing to move out, and now the author is having Izuku narrate how he's really sad that he's moving out and he didn't think he'd be moving out so soon. But it's like, he's the one who is moving out. He's the one who said, I want to move out. And then he's like, oh wow, I didn't think I would move out so soon. What?
I mean, I could kind of understand it in like, oh, I didn't expect that like, you know, I knew the day, like, intellectually you understand the day is coming, but like, emotionally he's been there his entire life and he's apparently in love with his mother, so...
No, that's not the thing though. Is because the author is having him say that he knew he was going to move out someday, but he didn't realize it was going to happen so soon. But he's the one who is choosing to move out.
Just read the next sentence.
It gets worse, I know.
Yeah,
Izuku was
fucking
still in
right.
middle school in the middle of his 3rd year.
Jesus Christ. Wait, so he's like what?
13?
13? Something
Yeah.
like that? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it's like, wait, he's choosing to move out as a 13-year-old? And he's shocked that he's moving out so quickly? What?
Hold on a minute. Why is a 13-year-old moving out?
Because he
question.
chose to. Because he can't burden his mom anymore. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
This reads like a 13-year-old wanting to move out, but they can't, so they just write it instead. And they're fucking retarded.
And so anyway, but he felt he should get starting. Wait. But he felt that he should start getting already to be prepared for the adult world. What? Of course, most people would argue that going to live by yourself was a bit too much at his young age, but his mother trusted him. It has nothing
What?
to do with trust.
It has
It-
everything to do with the fact that the law won't allow it.
Well, no. Technically speaking, if a guardian sets up a like an apartment contract, as long as you can prove that they are being cared for, like, all their needs are still being met even though they live in this apartment, and et cetera, and that they're safe and they're being watched over, you can still do it.
Mhm.
But it's like no one would ever send a 13-year-old to live off on their own. Not because they don't trust a 13-year-old, because I've met some incredibly mature 5-year-olds that I knew I could probably trust to feed themselves and whatnot. But it's because they're fucking teen. You know, they don't have a job. They don't have the ability to gain a job. And even if they had the ability to gain a job, the jobs they could do could not pay for an apartment, utilities, food, and etc. Because and then again on top of that, it's like how would they carry all that shit? Because again, they're 13. They aren't that strong. They don't have just the mass from growing up to weigh out any groceries they might buy. You know, like they don't. It's not a case of trust. It's literally you are too small. So clearly, again, this author is obviously likely 13 or 14 or something, has clearly never lived in an apartment or has any understanding of apartments, as you'll all see soon enough, right? Izuku went outside of his room, looking at his mother, who had tears coming out of her eyes. Inko was not able to handle that her baby was finally living by himself, but she had to be strong for her son. She didn't want Izuku guilty of leaving her.
I'm pretty sure I know what the author was trying to say. I'm just too annoyed to care.
What is it with Russians and missing entire words?
It's because some words are
Fuck.
missing in Russian.
Yeah, sentence structure. They just don't have certain articles. But I mean, this isn't written by the Russian. It's found by the Russian.
Which, again, I
Hang on.
understand why he likes this story now. Because
Author
it
is American.
Right. I understand why he likes this story now, though, because it probably fits his, like, direct translation into Russian.
Oh god. Just read the author's profile. It's short and
Oh,
sweet.
yeah, we'll get to it in a second.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Anyway,
quality
so,
right there.
but Inko was proud that her son managed to find an apartment that he could afford to rent. A 13-year-old is capable of renting an apartment somehow. So, before you're like, oh, well, maybe his mom is paying for it. No, because remember, he's moving out to not be a burden on her, which means she's not paying for anything. Which means somehow this 13-year-old who is a full-time student and has no job.
And let's be clear, no employable skills whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
It's not like he's got like
Mm,
a super speed quirk and he can be an amazing courier at 13, right?
Right.
I
Or
can
a
think
construction
of
worker.
one way, but it's
Yeah, you
Literally
stop
couldn't.
talking right now, Arn.
exactly.
Literally couldn't, though, because he just does not have the body mass to be a construction worker.
That's not what I was talking about.
No,
I was the one that said that.
yeah.
Oh, great. Never mind then. I
Ah.
couldn't hear Greg because I was talking.
I
myself.
just ignore any lewd shit, so.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Both mother and son look at each other for a few moments. They both treated this moment like Izuku was living for forever, despite that he'll be back next Sunday to eat dinner with her. I didn't
What?
realize that moving to an apartment made you live forever.
Yes. That was why I tried to get into Spinner, dude. You live forever in Spinner.
Of course.
It's not
Uh,
just purgatory though.
You know, if you make it past the crack junkie at the door every day.
indeed.
Yeah.
The back
Maybe
door, by
his
the way, not the
quirk
front door.
is that some stranger effect makes people think that he's not 13. Yeah, indeed.
You know what? That would be a relatively. That would be.
He
kind
was
of an
just
interesting
13
quirk.
when his parents built the crazy machine! Kudos
No,
to
but like
anyone
a
that
quirk
gets
that
that.
makes everyone think you're like 25. This 13-year-old's like, I don't how do I get a job?
Step
I
one,
wonder
don't.
how many people would even understand that reference I just made.
Not
Again,
enough,
here.
sadly.
Not enough, probably, yeah.
Look, Butch Hartman was an integral part of our childhoods, and that's all that needs to be said.
Apparently,
He's being
Butch.
massive cunt, though.
Yeah, apparently, with the whole COVID thing happening, he's gone fucking insane. And he's
Full
like,
retard.
he's like started quoting the Bible and shit and ghosting people that he owes commission money to.
Wait. So Butch is just convinced that the end times are here, is he?
I
I
guess.
mean, I've also seen a clip of him basically saying the r/FN take of don't criticize if you haven't done something similar.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
like,
that too.
You can't criticize his fucking cartoons if you haven't
Arn,
made a cartoon yourself.
Arn, if you can, go find that clip where Butch Hartman is a Persona 4 villain.
Give me a sec.
Like
There you go.
that was some top tier shit. So basically, someone took a video that Butch made, and then Persona cartoonified it,
Here it is, I think.
and it was just
Yep.
like, wow, this is absolutely Persona. I literally been saying
I think
Persona,
that's
no,
it.
Persona 4.
Oh, I'll just Google
Yeah,
Persona
that
then.
one. Yeah, Butch Hartman is a Persona villain. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Okay. Good.
Of course, it's in the Discord. Anyone who is unaware.
As always, links in the Discord below.
Indeed. Anyway, so mother can't stop worry for her child. Yeah. So anyway, blah 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 blah. It's just garbage. It's fucking stupid garbage. He apparently not so. Again, it's something I could sort of buy into if he was getting an apartment like one floor away in the apartment complex they're currently in, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's getting an apartment a city away, and he's going to take the train to school now.
That
Mm,
seems dumb.
It is
but why?
beyond stupid.
Fucking retarded.
And yeah, so so the 13-year-old moves into his new apartment, and he meets all of the villains. And they're like, "Hey, kid," and he's like, "Hey,
And
people."
why do all the villains live in the same apartment block?
Oh, because yeah, reasons. Look,
Like,
I'm just gonna need you. Look,
Reasons.
I'm just gonna need you to like basically just get off my back about this one and just accept it, okay?
Let
sure
us
thing,
move the
boss.
fuck on.
Yeah. So anyway, this was a story that exists and it's fucking garbage, and I absolutely hate it. So anyway, this author's profile that we were told to look at. I love reading fan fiction. I have been reading fanfic since I was 11. Reading them is fun. Oh. Oh. Oh no.
Okay, so this is an
Oh,
actual
yeah.
child, right?
Yeah. Remember how we were joking about how a 13-year-old might be writing
Yeah.
this?
What?
A 13-year-old is writing this. Well, now that I have an account, yeah, this isn't a really silly thing. It's like I always wanted to write. I always wanted to. Since I began reading fan fiction, I always wanted to have an account. So make one.
It's free.
Now that I have one, I'm so happy I can write my own stories. While I'm reading, I try to keep the canon characters from being out of character. I also try to make the stories realist, since I always love seeing or reading stories being realist. Okay, the kid's heart is in the right place, but he just...
Yeah,
He has
like, real.
Okay, no, but look,
And
at least
then-
in this case, we can be like, the kid needs a few more years of English class.
Like, genuinely, his heart is in the right place, but he has neither the knowledge nor the ability.
Yeah.
Presently,
I
to write a
will
real story.
never, no, not even that. I will never go after someone who wants characters to be in character. I will never go after someone for having that opinion, because that's the
I
only
mean-
opinion you're allowed to have and still call yourself a fan of a section.
Well, I mean, there's other reasons to go after people, though.
Oh, absolutely. That's the other reasons why I'm going after him for. Because his complete
Yeah.
inability to write.
Exactly.
Just because you have the effort and you have the heart doesn't actually mean anything.
Yeah.
If what you produced is crap, just because you really put your heart into it, doesn't make it less crap. I will give you a nod of acknowledgement, but it doesn't make it less crap. And look, I understand that you like writing stories that you can relate to. I get it. A 13-year-old moving into an apartment complex, a city away from his family, with no income, is not only is it not realistic, it just wouldn't happen. Period.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it's not even like but it's unlikely. No. It wouldn't happen. Period. Ever. 0% chance. As Kamina himself said, if it's not 0, it might as well be 100. This is a 0% chance.
Well, I mean, there's kids being thrown out by their parents, like, all the time, but this is
Orphanage,
that. Yeah, exactly.
streets.
I
Speaking
clearly
of
came in, had a
Government.
good time.
speaking of orphanages, I was having a small political discussion with my vault coworker today,
Oh
Oh, boy.
god.
and he was bringing up the whole illegals and the whole separation from children thing, and
Do we need this on stream right now?
no, this is I'm not giving my opinion on that. All I said was because he was talking about how children get thrown in cages from this. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's true, but I don't think they should be with their families. And he's like, well, why not? I'm like, well, we don't treat the kids of our own criminals like that. Like, we don't put the kid of the murderer in jail with the murderer. Well, we move them to foster care, which, admittedly, depending on your opinion of government foster care, might be throwing them into a cage.
Might be worse.
Not exactly a stellar system in the U.S.
It has its good moments, but it also has its bad.
I will immediately caveat that. A few years from now, he'll find his old work and start cringing. Likely, yeah. Pretty likely, to be honest, yeah. The current author we're reading, Max, is a 13-year-old writing about how Izuku, at the age of 13, goes off and gets his own apartment in a completely different city.
Sounds like we have self-insert.
Yes, and the author has on his profile page, I like to keep canon characters from being out of character, and I like writing realistic stories.
Oh no. Oh, sweet summer child. We need to have a talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I get the feeling his realistic scenarios, quote unquote, are
Uh,
probably the fault of
Here we go. Yeah, a little about myself. I love being a laptop.
Okay, yeah, I get the feeling he gets a lot of his realistic situations from anime, which is
I
not
love going
something-
to YouTube, TV tropes, the Google wikis, and other fanfiction sites to look at and enjoy. I also have autism, so I won't understand things. Yeah, we picked up on that part.
Atin,
You
is
don't
something
say.
going on with your mic? I think
Atin is
Atin's
having an
mic is
autism
borked
moment.
again.
I think
Yeah.
Atin is borked again.
Isn't he always?
Someone needs to turn him off and on again.
He's
Bonk.
been attempting to do that.
No, I didn't say
Fucking-
turn off his mic, I said turn him off.
Yeah,
Sneaky.
you all whack.
We have not achieved Lazarus just yet in the modern day.
You never
should,
know,
though.
you can always keep trying.
I would say you shouldn't do that with your friends, but you'd be one of the first to fucking volunteer for that project.
Let's see if this works. Bang.
What's the worst that can happen? I don't come back?
Oh no, I'll be dead! Such a terrible... That leads into another small little story that my coworker and I were bickering back and forth, and it got brought up at some point that I would die, and he's like, "Oh well, the government should make a holiday for it." You know, trying to be mean, of like, "Oh yeah, you're dead now, and everyone should celebrate." I'm like, "Yeah, they really should." And he thought I meant like in the arrogant way of like, "Oh yeah, I'm so important, they should totally make a holiday to mourn me." And meanwhile, I'm like, "Yeah, no, they should definitely make a holiday to celebrate the day I die." Anyway, so Pokemon fanfics. That's what everyone wants to hear, right?
Oh God.
No.
No,
Also,
no.
I'm starting to really feel bad for your coworker in the vault.
Oh, you shouldn't. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck him.
The problem, Sneaky, is that you, one of the biggest pieces of shit in my life, is calling him a piece of shit. That doesn't really mean much from you. Not
Alright,
often.
that's fair.
No,
That's
I
fair.
will say this. When you get creative in your insults, then I know that there's an actual problem.
Alright,
But you're
so
pretty generic with this guy.
let me frame it this way. He lies to my boss about what I'm doing in the vault to try and get me in trouble. Except the problem is that the multiple times that my boss has now confronted me on these problems, and I've explained what's going on, the boss has come down on my side.
So he's just your average piece of shit who's completely unaware.
Yes. I have, however, turned
Okay,
him
alright.
into lib left. So I
Okay.
consider that a point of success.
Into
Okay,
what?
okay, Sneaky.
Libertarian left.
We're going to refer to him.
Huh.
We're gonna give him a generic anime arrival template. Let's say E.
E. All right, I like E.
He's just
He's a pretty
E.
good one. E. Yeah. I like it. All right.
Like he's the dude that later on, when you get to the big Universal arc, he's gonna die, and he's gonna reveal that he's always looked up to you, and he's gonna be your inspiration to train even harder.
E for existing.
Pretty much, yes.
Damn.
It's like you were literally put in this story just to have something for Sneaky to bounce off of.
Anyway, so this is Lauren, a Gardevoir story.
Oh fucking Christ!
It's fucking garbage, let me tell you. This is gonna be a
Holy-
wild trip.
Wait,
Oh,
lemon.
Jesus
oh,
Christ.
oh god, might be TOS.
No, that's not. It might be a
Wrong
TOS. Yeah, there we go. That's the proper link.
I'm gonna check it real quick. Just be down it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that every time we have a Gardevoir fic, we have to make sure it doesn't break TOS. Well,
It
lemon is just
literally
mentioned.
says lemon in the fucking
Lemon's
summary.
just right there. Yeah, okay. So it's the double whammy. It's a Gardevoir
Yeah.
story, and it mentions lemons. That's not good.
See, that's what we in the business call a bad idea.
It's a romance drama fic too.
This
Oh,
is some
God.
grade A fucking cringe. Oh god.
Is there any lemon yet though?
There is some interesting wording down here, but can't see any like. Oh, never mind. Nope. Never mind. TOS.
Nope.
Can I just say I appreciate that ever since Arn has been showing up more often, we can send him ahead instead of sending me or Atin to do it.
Your
Because you see,
sacrifice is
Arn
not in
is a
vain.
rare individual who doesn't care what he reads, but does know enough to
Look,
not get
look.
bad, right? He's not
Alright,
nose or
I
Spanish.
care. I care what I read, but at this point, my blood alcohol level is yes. So I don't really care anymore.
Okay,
Yeah, but
so
see,
it's
that's
not
my point.
okay.
Like you, every time you show up to this, you are so far past the point of caring that right? It's like
Yeah.
sending
Nose.
a grunt to check for a minefield in
Right.
Halo.
Like, oh yeah, I'm
No.
just check it with my fucking defeat.
Anyway, so
We'll walk in the
I do
minefield.
want to
Mine's
cover
here.
this like author's note section though before we move on, because this
Yeah,
is just,
like, well,
this is just cringe, right?
the
so-
TOS part is like about 60% down the page.
All right, so we can
So
cover.
there's some cringe before it, but
Yeah, we'll cover
Yeah.
some cringe and move on then.
We can cover some cringe beforehand. Don't worry, guys.
Right.
Don't worry.
So the author just decided to break speech into multiple different symbols. So we
Yeah.
have human
Dumb.
speech in
Fucking
normal quotes.
holy.
We have italicized speech. We have Pokemon speaking in human speech in italicized normal quotes. Pokemon speech is in brackets. Thinking is for some reason in parentheses. Telepathy is in right bracket, left bracket? Is that what? The other
Those are
brackets.
just- Right. Actually, I think that's the normal bracket. So what bracket is Pokemon speech then?
The fucking
Those are
squiggle.
curly brackets.
Yeah.
bracket.
The other one is square.
The point of view is the point of view. Oh wow, thank you, author. I would have never figured that out.
Really?
So here's how the story opens. Are you all ready for this? Quote, "Damn!" Exclamation point. "Another stupid dream!" Exclamation point. End quote. Parentheses. These
Oh, those are
dreams.
okay, those are braces.
These
Sorry.
dreams have come. These dreams have to come to an end. I don't have them as often as I did years ago, but they are still so depressing, as if I'm not stressed enough with life. Actually, that's probably why you're dreaming those dreams, because your brain's trying to relieve the stress.
Indeed.
He thought to himself as he hit the bed with his fist.
Sticky, you need to scroll down a little on stream.
Why?
We couldn't see the text until just a second ago. Oh my god, how delayed
no,
is this shit?
No, it's delayed for
Fucking
you, dude, because mine.
Reload
No,
page.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I was looking at this and I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, no,
It's
You're
like
delayed
10
by
seconds
about
for
a
me.
minute or so, I think.
Yeah.
That's when we just go, oh, we're behind by like a minute and we reload the page.
Mike then got out of bed and went to shower. Afterwards, he got dressed, grabbed his backpack, and headed down the stairs.
Really, I would have assumed that this was Vermont and he was just strolling naked down the stairs if they hadn't explicitly mentioned it, you know?
It might have been. His mother was in the dining room, sitting at the table as opposed to standing on it, sipping a cup of her coffee. She had the same depressed look about her. Mike ignored her and kept moving forward towards the door. Going to see her again? She asked. That is a very interesting way of asking something. Exclamation point, question mark. She asked. Okay,
God,
it's a very,
aggressive questioning.
Yes. I am. He answered. She then sat on her cup of coffee down on the table. Michael, we need to talk. She told him, while her expression changed to an annoyed expression. I already know. Get a job. Do something with yourself other than play video games and sit on the computer all day. He mocked, assuming that's what she was going to say. Quote, asterisk, sigh, asterisk. Look.
So, how far are we going to continue this story, by the way? Because there just are explicit scenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, probably
About
down to
halfway
the
down.
bottom of this page right here on my screen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Because you can go about halfway.
Because this is
Give or-
just
give or
fucking
take,
cringe.
yeah.
This is just
Yeah.
absolute fucking cringe. I don't even want to read this. I don't even care how much fucking bullet I'm drinking right now. That's a lot of fucking bullet I'm drinking. But I don't care how much bullet I'm drinking right now because no amount of 95 proof alcohol in the world could keep me reading this. No amount of drinking 95
Yeah.
proof could keep me reading this. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, unless you drink to the point where you're brain dead, but at that point, are you even reading, honestly?
I mean, yes, actually, I would be the average fanfiction user.
True. True. Just like a fucking drooling vegetable leaning back in your chair, like, ugh.
So good!
No.
Please! More!
I
Please.
see, we have come
Update.
full circle.
Also, can you do my challenge? Fucking paste
Include
45 items out.
my OC! He has every power!
And his name is D-Train Dark.
He wields a 100mm assault rifle!
That's
I'm now
very impressive. I
upset.
can't even be upset about that.
Well, no, I'm now upset because I'm imagining them actually writing out 2000 instead of just putting
Oh
instead
god,
of
yeah.
just
No,
doing the shorthand 2000.
it would be even better, Max, because they would do the number 20 and then write out 100.
You made it worse.
Ray is amused.
Your brother finally found a new job and is now able to help out. It won't be long until he gets his own place, meaning I will no longer have him here to help pay bills. Neither one of us will be able to take care of you for so long, Michael. It's high time you prepare yourself for that. Oh, let me raise the alcohol before I smash it. She whispered softly. Yeah, exclamation point, she whispered softly.
Actually, she yelled out softly.
She yelled out softly.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm softly yelling.
I am softly yelling! Trying her best to control her temper. Mike was getting irritated. At the same time, he remembered his recent dream. He turned around, did a 360, and walked towards the door. I'm making up that part.
I
Wait!
yeah, I guess.
Where do you think you're going? Where I'm not finished talking to you yet! Don't you walk out that door! She yelled. Why? Isn't this what you want? For me to leave? He placed his hand on the knob. That's where we're not reading this anymore. So, I mean, I will give kudos to the author. Lots of drama, lots of garbage, so, you know, tomato, potato. I was expecting glass to shatter. No, no, no. I am cognizant enough to not spill the alcohol for now. So anyway, garbage story. Guy dreams about fucking a Gardevoir, gets annoyed by it, so he fights his mom. At least I'm pretty sure that's what happens. So another story we can read about is I'm gonna have to go with Let's see what we got here. No, we just did a Pokemon fic. We just did a My Hero Academia fic. Oh yeah, you know, here we go. Let's do one of these Harry Potter fics. Let's go with Genesis. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh god,
Oh.
wait. 2004.
What shit have we got?
really best.
Oh no.
Hang on.
On an unrelated but fanfiction-based note, why would anyone pay $51 to buy a camo skin in World of Warships for Azure Lane? I'm asking the only guy here who's played Azure Lane.
I mean, can you repeat that? I just
Why
died
would
in
someone
terms of-
spend $50 on a completely pointless cosmetic for Azure Lane?
Probably
In World of
because it's
Warships.
Probably because it's Azure Lane.
Well, right, in World of Warships, I don't know, flexing, I
Because
guess.
they're a fucking cock.
I mean, technically not.
Simp.
Not really.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No.
still technically not in the strictest
Yeah.
sense of the definition.
Simping is, paying money for attention from streamers or, well, e-thoughts, and anime girls are not e-thoughts. You can't pay them money to get their attention. They won't say your name because you donated $50 to Azure Lane. Like, that's not how
Despite
this works.
what many people
Hmm.
might wish.
Yeah. Fuck.
Ah.
Like, here's the thing, right? If the answer to the question had been to annoy all the people playing World of Warships, I would be like, yes, I'm in. Spend $50 on that, right?
I mean,
Like,
fuck, dude, if you wanna go for it.
Personally, I feel like the World of Warships Azure Lane crossover should have just given you the ship girls.
Oh
Eh,
no!
yeah.
You do get the ship girl as a special commander with unique voice lines.
No,
and sound effects.
Yeah.
no, you should
But you
just
can
get the
just mod
ship
that in
girl
anyway.
as the ship.
Yes.
Ah, yes, fucking crosswave style. That'd be pretty epic.
Yeah, just crosswave style it.
Uh,
Completely fucking unbalanced.
you know what?
Yeah,
That would get people playing World of Warships.
that'd be fucking pay
That
to win as
would-
well.
Dude, I would pay to win that
Absolutely.
way. Can
Hell
you
yeah.
imagine all the tryhards who are playing their World War II simulator, and I show up with an anime girl as
As a
boat?
fucking ship girl, yeah.
Yeah, that. Oh,
Yeah. Fucking just
Mm.
suicide rushing with torpedoes, except they can't hit you because you're a fucking anime girl.
You
Base.
just put up the right. You sail straight into the enemy battleship, and they're like, "Aha! I'll annihilate the cruiser with my main guns." Puts up a force field. What?
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a massive fucking pog. God damn.
What?
The tweet from Solomon.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys,
I
that one.
can- Repost that.
Yeah, you go
Yes, I-
repost that for yeah.
News and debates. There you go.
oh no.
Grade A quality.
Oh god.
there.
Oh wow, it gets even worse. He was caught sneaking looks at the naked woman he was escorting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wha-
Oh, that's fucking cringe, man. That's some hard cringe.
Yeah. Damn, he fucking simping.
Anyway, so this is Genesis. Hold on to your brains, lads,
Oh,
'cause you
this
might
is
lose
this
them.
is some 2004 quality.
Oh yeah, it's some 2004 quality. Now, see, the reason why this is on my list of fix tonight is because Zeke's program recommended this to me with a overwhelming 2000% match.
What the fuck?
And I looked
What
at
the
this
fuck?
story and said, Jesus Christ, I need to purge some
This
people
cannot be real.
because this is garbage.
It is actually some holy. Oh.
I was talking about the
Quality right
tweet,
there.
but also this can't be real either. You know.
Yeah, well, the quality, the tweet is real.
Both are real,
Absolutely.
unfortunately.
Yeah, and this fake. Oh.
This is proof that God has deserted us.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Harry returns to
God is
Privet
dead.
Drive, only to find his uncle abusing him, and pain, and torture.
As opposed to his uncle not abusing him?
Yes.
Exactly.
Then,
Like, this is Harry Potter.
then a person we all know comes into his life.
Wait.
Phrasing.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me it's Crystal Maiden.
Yes.
No. It's crystal meth.
That seems about right.
I mean, we probably help
Then
it,
a
honestly.
person we all know comes into his life, and it's going to be turned around completely. He will feature Harry times Bellatrix, and almost completely sure Tonks will be a sub.
I see.
I'm genuinely just fucking disgusted. I know this was written like before Deathly Hallows came out, at least. But like,
wait, 2004.
Yeah.
That is gonna be 4th year.
no, like in the books. Hang on.
Yeah, that's gonna be 4th year in the books.
Hang on. Yeah. Oh. Half-Blood Prince, or Half-Blood Prince was released in 2005. So the newest book at the time was fucking
4th year.
Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, Order of the Phoenix, 5th year.
I
damn it.
suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep going. Order of the Phoenix.
I wish we didn't, honestly.
Pay me, and I'll skip it.
No.
Oh, well, okay then. Harry was brought. Oh, gee. Oh, holy God. Oh, that's a wall of text.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
some
no.
grade A formatting right here. Some
Harry
fucking
was
quality.
brought once again to Privet Drive. For some reason, false capitalization. Number 4, where he was once again locked up in his room and cuffed to his bed by his uncle, who just mumbled something about those damned freaks messing in the stuff of normal people. Harry had known that Vernon was a sadistical man. Sadistical?
I'm sorry, did he actually write sadistical? Oh my god, he did! Alright, I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Was a sadistical man who, just because whenever he used magic before he got his Hogwarts letter,
Not a
the
real
fat
word.
man
Imagine
would get a belt and punish him.
Oh.
Now the punishments were getting harsher and harsher as Vernon tried to make Harry buckle under the stress and make the boy do everything for the family and the fat pig they called their son, but looked more to be a blonde-haired pig to everyone. They blamed Harry for Dudley's weight problem, and the fact that the boy couldn't even get his dick up without the help of his father spoke enough to know that Dudley did. Wait, what the fuck?
What?
I'm sorry, hang on, what?
Hold the fuck up!
Oh, okay. No, keep going. It's not quite what you think.
Dudley Dursley was seriously overweight.
No, the boy couldn't even get up without help of his father, not get his dick up.
Sneaky, why are you just inserting stuff again?
I honestly
How far in
thought.
that bottle are you?
I'm really glad that I heard that and I was like, I should go read this to see just what actually occurred.
I wish I didn't, honestly.
One thumb.
Okay, alright.
Time to
Not
correct
enough.
You know, I'm looking forward to winning the lottery because then I can keep your alcohol under lock and key.
that.
Good luck.
I would totally do it too.
Find a way to break the lock. I'm sure I'll
Oh
have to invest in a
no,
new
I
lock
would
every couple
totally
months.
move in with you even if it meant my alcohol was under lock and key.
Damn.
Just like, alright, Sneaky, what alcohol do you want for tonight's stream?
Yes!
All of it.
All of it. Grabs handful of darts, chucks it at poster. Well, it looks like the darts hit every single one, so I guess that means you just have to leave it open.
You know what? If you could ever like make that happen, I would. If we actually had a system in place for that. Well, you hit literally everything in one go. I guess I'll leave this open for the next 2 days. Try not to get poisoned.
Dead.
Yeah, he'd be dead on the spot. Or maybe not on the spot.
You
but,
would
know.
think the Dursleys would learn not to punish someone who could turn people into animals and create explosions. Yeah, you would think so, but I guess not in all these fanon stories. Harry felt the belt coming down on his already... Oh, hold on, let me get the, Oh yes, there we go. Harry felt the belt coming down on his already raw shoulders. Shoulders. And winced. The pain wasn't so bad as he was used to it by now, but he was going to cover up the scars without using magic. If the people of the wizarding world knew that their savior was being abused by his uncle...
They would not care in the slightest, you small disposable asset.
Basically, if the people abused by his uncle, they would probably wouldn't believe him. Oh. I have to cover up my scars because then people will think my uncle is abusing me, but they won't believe it.
Okay.
What?
That is a big think.
That is a definite big thing. Because the paper would say he was lying insane, little kid craved the Wait, what? How fucking long is this sentence? This is a 4-line sentence without even a comma.
We live in a society.
We lived in a society.
And now we don't anymore.
And might I
Embrace
say,
modernity.
I, for one, welcome anarchy and the
Anarchy!
our new overlords each.
Anarchy and
Anarchy!
Hurrah! Hurrah!
No, wait, Sneaky, this is important. Which of the 4 do you support as our new overlord?
Chaos Undivided.
Heretic. That won't win you any favors, boy. You're
Oh, I
going to
know.
have to get down there and say hi to Slanesh sometime.
Never. I'll start a new movement. It'll have blackjack but no hookers. It'll be an anti-Slanesh movement. We'll worship the 3 besides Slanesh.
Chaos -1. That's the new faction.
Chaos -1, yes.
I'm sorry. I just imagine somebody showing up to Abaddon's Black Crusade now with like the Chaos Undivided symbol with just a big old -1 next to it. What What is this? I'm really not comfortable with Slanesh, man.
Everyone else is like, oh, yeah, you know what,
That's
actually,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
They all start scratching out the Slanesh part of their symbol. Anyway. Harry felt the whip! Oh, and now it's a whip! It used to be a belt, but apparently Vernon's class upgraded between whippings, and he went from a belter to a whipper. So everyone, give a clap for Vernon for upping his class. Thank you. Wizarding World doesn't give a shit about Harry. Some redneck equivalent of the wizard would give a shit about a muggle who thought he was hot. In other words, Malfoy would pull up to Dudley's school and be like, "What's up? I heard you talking shit."
I heard you were beating Harry Potter. I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
First off, only I can beat Harry Potter. Second off, you're a muggle, die, boom. Third off, explode school.
Basically, yeah.
Harry felt the whip descend upon his legs and wondered why Vernon was hitting him there. Then he looked at Vernon and saw that the man was brandishing a whip now.
Good. So we
I made
had
the
to
joke.
hop back in time to clear that up. I see.
I made the joke that he upgraded to a whip, and that's actually what happened.
See, but the author's not being specific enough. We have to, in order to fully comprehend Harry's pain, we have to know what kind of whip. Is this an indie-style bullwhip? Is this the Cat of Nine
no,
tail?
it's a horse whip. It looked like the whip used on horses.
Atin has died.
And soon as the whip hit Harry's flesh, he felt a stinging pain. And as he looked, he saw that the place where the whip had hit was bleeding. He looked at Vernon and saw malicious glee in his eyes. Then he felt another blow descending on his lower back. Before being turned over to lie on his back, he was naked, so the flesh could be tortured really well.
What?
Harry gasped in pain as the first strike of the whip hit him directly on his dick, leaving a red mark.
Wait, hold on. I thought he was turned over onto his back.
No,
Yeah,
to lie on his back.
on his back.
Oh, my apology. I was.
A
By the way,
scream!
Harry's dead now and is definitely never having children.
Yeah.
A scream of anguish
Rick
came
Nick
out of his
Morty.
mouth and was
It's gone.
silenced when Vernon punched him into the face.
Punched him into the face. Come on, Sneaky. That's not even close to what they had. Actual proper grammar there.
You just hit him in the face.
When Vernon hit him in the head with one of his meaty fists. Then the whipping resumed, and Harry felt pain unimaginable in his crotch as Vernon continued to whip his dick every single time. He wasn't sure if the pain would ever
Can I
end.
point out that after like hit number 2 or 3, it's quite clear that his testes would have like ruptured and he would be dead? Like,
I'll leave the dick whipping knowledge and expertise to you. So yeah, everyone just listen to Atin for on how whip your dick.
Yeah, everyone's favorite
Yes.
dick whipper.
I am clearly an expert in this.
I don't know,
Thank you,
man.
Mr.
You're the
Expert.
one talking about how many whips it would take for your dick to burst. So.
No, the testes, you idiot.
Oh, so you're a testicle explosion expert. I understand now. My
That is
apologies
correct.
for not
You got a ball
clarifying.
busting.
It's my weekend job, you see.
Yes, you get a bull whip and you whip testicles?
Yes.
I see.
Good money in it.
I'm sure.
It's almost as good as the money you make as an exotic dancer on the weekends.
Oh, so that must be a really poor job then.
Yes.
Shocking. Then, So blah, blah, blah. He wasn't sure if the pain would ever end because it hurt so much. Harry tried to get loose of the handcuffs that bound him to the bed, but to no avail. Then Vernon stopped the whipping on Harry's abused body, more like abused dick, because apparently it's the only place that Vernon actually whipped.
Vernon knew he zeroed in on a target.
Indeed. Harry laid down on the bed. Energy flowed out of him by every breath he took. He closed his eyes, and no matter how much he tried, he couldn't open them again, not having enough strength left inside of him to make them open. He thought to himself, "Is this how I die?" I mean, that'd be pretty embarrassing, getting whipped to death on your dick.
I mean, it also seems
Yeah.
highly likely.
I didn't realize you were into this.
That he dies from having repeated abuse? Yeah.
No, you said highly likey.
Yeah.
Likely, you idiot.
No, that's not
no,
what you
you-
said!
You
You
mispronounced, my friend.
said, hit it.
You
He said
missed an
like it.
important syllable.
Oh god.
Just remember, kids, pronunciation is important. It's the difference between saying someone's highly likely to die and that you're really interested in fucking their corpse.
Fucking Christ, dude.
The Fanfiction Contempt Theater podcast does not support necrophilia.
So this is how I
I'll
found out.
I'll go ahead and I'll put that one out there for us in the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, Sneaky.
Yeah, thank you. So this is actually how I found out about necrophilia.
Oh,
I was
God.
playing Oblivion,
Oh no.
and
no.
you know the one alchemist out in the shop at Skingrad, who asks you if necrophilia is illegal in Cyrodiil.
What?
Yeah, and you have a couple responses of no, yes it is, and you, why would you do that? And me being like, what the fuck is necrophilia?
Oh no.
I go to my dad and I'm like, Dad, what's necrophilia?
Uh-oh.
So he
And
backhands
your father
me.
was more than happy to tell you about his pastimes.
No. So he physically disciplines me, and he's like, "Where the fuck did you hear that?" I'm like, "Well, in my game, one of the characters was talking about being a necrophiliac."
And that was how you were never allowed to play it again.
And he was just like, "Don't do that. You do stuff with corpses, and it's bad stuff." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Mm. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
at least he gave you an explanation.
Yes.
yeah.
It's doing bad stuff to dead people. Don't do it. Like,
I mean,
it's something at least.
necrophilia is bad and all, but hot Draugr GF. Anyone?
What?
What
You know the
fuck did
Draugr
you
in
just say?
Skyrim.
Ah.
You know, Skyrim Undead, the Draugr. Hot Draugr GF.
No.
Necrophilia, but
No.
yeah, okay, fair. Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, I'm just we're gonna stop here. We're not gonna read much farther.
I
Thank
mean,
God.
the most funny part is down there, but okay.
I honestly, I'm not interested in reading too much farther.
Understandable, honestly. Fuck, it's only been an hour? What the hell?
Yeah,
Shit,
it's
I
only
did
been
like
an hour, so clearly what I need to do
Ugh.
is cringe everyone with a Rising of the Shield Hero story.
Oh god.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
If you'd have done Ruby, then I'd just like zone out and suddenly time warp an hour ahead.
I know.
And I'd be good.
Yeah,
apparently
Do the
no.
time warp again?
I know exactly how not to disable your suffering. There we go. I figured out the words.
At least he found it.
Good job.
He got there eventually.
Took his time.
Shall I show you a true shield? You know what? I'm gonna preemptively put the edgy tab back up.
Yep, just go ahead and just to be safe.
Ah.
I mean,
Ooh,
I can tell from the
Jesus.
fucking colors of the picture alone that yeah, this is some edgy bullshit right there.
So, as far as rye goes, very tasteless. The one I'm currently drinking, but it is 95 proof and it is strong. So I have that going for me.
Nice.
Yeah, Aura, I've had this warning since we literally started. This is one of my
Yeah.
first banners. Like,
yeah.
but like even before we even had like the fanfic 9000 banner, we had the edgy banner.
Yeah.
Shall
little
I
bit
show you
before
a
I was here.
true shield? By
No.
Ryujin Meow.
I don't consent to this. I'm
Yeah,
a
I was gonna say,
sovereign
you
citizen.
know what? Unless the true shield, unless we're going full Gundam and we're getting like a beam shield, get out.
Nah, even then, just I don't consent to this.
Does
I'm
the
a
hero
sovereign citizen.
always win?
No.
All fairy tales end when the heroes save the day. However, is reality like that? I'm the shield. My duty is to protect. If a hero is not enough, I shall become whatever is necessary. Devil, demon, demon lord. I need defense that surpasses the gods. To protect those who I have been left with, to fulfill my duty. I am the shield. Reviewed as of 05/21/19 for spelling mistakes and getting the names completely wrong. Example:
Damn.
Moto Yasu was being written as Moya Tatatat Sasu or Moya Sasu.
Bitch, how? Bruh. I, I just fucking can't, dude. I just can't anymore.
You know.
No, I don't.
No, that's the first sentence.
I know. But
You
I don't.
know.
All right, hold on, Sneaky. We have a breaking bit of news that once again cannot possibly be made up because this is the year 2020. A guy in what city shut up a grocery store after being asked to wear a mask?
Atlanta.
No, but you're getting it. You're in the right general area of America, bit further south.
Miami?
Nope.
Hell?
People get really drunk there on spring break, and beads happen.
We're going to Miami.
Nah, it's New Orleans. Nolans? How the hell do you say that when it's
Nolans!
wrong?
New
It's
Orleans.
Nolans.
It's Nolans, you.
Nolans.
Is the New Orleans?
No, that's the French way of saying it. We don't French here.
That's the joke.
Nolans. Because you go
Nowadays.
nah when you go look at it. You're like, nah, man. I don't want to be
Nah,
on
I
that
like this
land.
dance.
Nah. Or if you want to really insult some French people, you call it New Orleans.
Ooh, that's gonna incite
This here's
a
New
new war.
Orleans. I said it all like them French folk do.
It's one of them fancy French words. Orleans.
Like fries. Wait, no, okay, that's fucking garbage. Holy fuck. Oh,
Want to become famous? Buy
No.
followers on
I'd rather not.
bigfollows.com. Oh wow, SD Dragon 7117. Boy, I sure do want to do that. Where's the ban button? Banned.
Where? I was about to ban him as soon as I saw that, but I could feel you were building up to a spiel. I was like, I should let him have this.
Oh yeah, apparently, Twitch just added a thing on the report thing where I'm concerned for their well-being. Apparently.
Sneaky, do I
Oh.
have bad news for you?
Okay. No, to be fair, multiple Twitchers have committed suicide at this point.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
understand where they're coming from. However, just as I told the doctors and convinced them to not give me depression meds, I will not be committing suicide anytime soon.
Soon.
I mean, I have to wait for my
Soon.
parents to die first, so that's like another 20 or so years.
True.
Waking
I
up
mean,
atop
you
a...
can speed that up, you know?
Huh?
You can speed that up, just add a few drops of bleach to the drinks every morning or something.
That would require me to be in proximity of them.
Yeah, true. Understandable.
Waking up atop some strange magical circle, wearing your most comfy jersey, and suddenly finding a shield strapped to your arm is weird enough on its own. Now add up the man in priestly garbs bowing down and shouting at him. Well, you'd have to forgive Naofumi if he was thinking this was some fever dream due to being hit too hard on the head by that damn fallen book. Please, oh brave heroes, save our world. Iwatani Naofumi was a rather easygoing person. At 20 years old, a roguish appearance with his wild black hair, and on a third period of his economics college course, he was fairly sure he was no hero. I mean, I don't know, you could probably introduce capitalism and become a hero of the people.
Ah yes, based.
I have introduced
Because-
you people to democracy! Viva la revolution!
Democracy is gay.
I mean, you're right, but you could still become a hero to the people.
Yeah, like that's-
Arn and I had a legitimate conversation with someone who believed that direct heritage monarchies don't work.
No, okay, let's be clear.
Let's be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not Obama, but that fucker was a monarchical socialist. And
Wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
what?
He was
I'm
a
a
monarchist socialist. Basically, he believed that the
Retarded.
people should vote in a king.
yeah, and hang on.
It was
There's-
fucking.
No, I'm pretty sure there's like an actual proper term in which the ruling head gains literally still referred to as a kingdom, but there is a voting process. But it's very strange, and
Yeah,
I
but
don't
like,
think I
You mean
can-
Poland?
I
No, Poland does not elect its royal family.
they did elect, well, like nobles electing the monarch.
I
back
was
in-
gonna say they
Yeah,
are,
essentially,
believe it or
I'm-
not, one of the only European countries left that hasn't kicked out and or murdered its monarchy.
Well,
no, hey,
actually,
Norway hasn't.
I
Hey,
said
alright.
one of the only.
No.
but
Poland does not have a monarchy. You know why? 50 years of fucking communists.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only monarchies remaining are in Western Europe.
Oh,
So,
speaking of
Scandinavia,
speaking of
England,
political things,
and Iberia.
my Vault coworker was mixing fascism with Nazism, and he kept
that's okay.
he kept
It's a
referring
very
to
fine
fascism.
line.
Yeah, he kept referring to fascism like he kept referring to Nazi stuff as as just normal fascism. I'm like, okay, look,
No,
there is
not
a
them.
difference there. You know,
It's a difference.
and like,
Fucking
you know,
small
Italy was
difference, but-
fascist. They weren't Nazis though. He's like, oh well,
Yeah.
were they really fascist then? It's like, yes.
Yes, you
Yes,
dumb
they
fuck,
were!
invented fascism.
They
Motherfucker.
they did they did very many similar things that the Nazis did, but they skipped the whole genocide thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
fascism
well,
is
tell that to
fascism.
Albania, but yeah, mostly.
Well, we know when talks about Albania.
Albania's a country? I thought it was
no.
something that came off the bottom of my shoe.
It is.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
all
but,
joking aside, fascism is not Nazism.
Fascism-
Nazism is an extension of it.
Yes.
They're similar. Like fascism is basically the economic and political structure, like of Nazism, but without the whole, you know, racial
Nazism
ethnocentrism.
has a social aspect to it as well.
yeah, the cultural
Yeah.
like ethnocentrism and purification thing. Well, the fascists were just like, all right, we don't really care, just obey the state.
Yeah. Well, and of course, then there's the whole issues with it's like how there's different forms of communism, right? There's
Well,
actual communism. There's
Yeah, and there's liars.
Lenin. There's Lenin communism, right? There's
and
like
then there's
yeah.
true communism, which is Stalin.
There's actual communists. Yeah, but like there's Marx and there's Lenin and there's Stalin and there's fucking Trotsky, Ice Big Time, and there's a lot of other retards who've tried Mao. But like the end result is the same. People die and
Yeah, the end result is the same.
Good
It
times.
always comes back to Stalinism.
yeah, basically.
Anyway, so yeah, this dumbass appears on top of a giant circle and starts getting yelled at. Cannon shit, you know the deal.
Yeah, who cares honestly?
So cannon shit. I mean, yeah, it's a variation from the original text of canon shit, but it's still canon shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give them some credit for changing things up a little bit, but it's the same shit, different story, guys.
Yeah.
Second verse, same as the first.
You know, like I get why you've kept it the same, right? Because you're lazy and you're bad at writing, but you could at least try.
Oh boy, so Bow Guy goes, I guess we have little choice but to follow the original plot of this story. Right, so, okay, please take us to the king, and all the mages are tired and some collapse. I guess magic is tiresome. So they follow the head mage and blah 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 blah. And now Fumi is taking over his body's conditioning. He felt normal, he felt great, he felt full of vigor. Something you wouldn't expect of your average economy course student. And then 10 minutes later, they were in a throne room and blah 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 canon stuff, blah 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 canon stuff, high school canon blah blah stuff, Kiwa Itso canon stuff. And then Naofumi tried to introduce himself, and then canon stuff happened. Forgive me, Your Majesty, you skipped me. He only saw contempt. Oh yes, hero shield, hidden hostility. Yeah, so basically the deviation of this story so far seems to be like this version of Naofumi is suddenly picking up on all of the really negative vibes he's getting from everyone around him, inexplicably, for no apparent reason. So that's cool, I guess. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Heroes, could you please get your status? And now Fumi didn't let himself look confused, So he casually looked around and realized there was something in the corner of his vision. And anyway, so canon happens regardless. Blah 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 blah. Our levels are 1. Blah 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 blah. Legendary weapons. Blah 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 blah. Fate of the world. Canon. Blah blah blah. Canon. 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 Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Canon. 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 Because he was an economics student, he knew of the truism of nothing is free, everything has a price. So is that like the change
True.
to this story? Is that apparently he's an economics student? Was that something I just missed in the light novel?
I
'Cause
Couldn't tell.
I
as
don't
far as I
remember
was
being-
aware, in the light novel,
don't
he was a NEET.
remember it.
You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't looking into
well,
education.
no.
It would be
he-
fucking based though. If you like
it-
went to the fancy world and brought them the word of
He
freedman.
wasn't a NEET. He actually was a college student, but I don't remember it mentioning what he was a college student for.
I
Wow,
think he
cringe.
was actually a student of glorious capitalism.
Based.
I want to say it was something in law or economics then.
Okay. All I'm saying is he could totally make mad money off of introducing
Hell yeah.
introducing fractional reserves into the economic system.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Probably.
These details, blah blah blah. He shifted to a defensive position. He held his shield in front of his vitals. Apparently because he thought he was gonna get attacked randomly.
Okay, you know how things are. Sometimes it be like that.
Rest easy, heroes. Rewards, glory, and fame await you. Blah 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 blah. Jewelry adorned his hands. Blah 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 blah. Ancient times. Blah blah. Dragon glass. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Canon, 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 canon. And so far, Naofumi had seen no princesses. Let us have a feast. Blah 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 blah. The heroes follow us. Blah blah blah. Royalty. Blah blah blah. Cliche. Blah blah blah. Emerald Online. What are you talking about? This is a VR MMO. He was an otaku, all right, but he was pretty sure he had never heard of any of these things. You must be confusing this with something else. This is an AI manipulated game. Naofumi.
I mean, there are
Tell-
actually VR MMOs out there.
I mean, there's
I've
also
tried
AI
one, and it's
manipulated
fucking
games.
garbage.
Pretty much,
Yeah, that's future shit, but
pretty much any game, technically speaking, that has false randomization can be considered a VR AI manipulation game.
yeah, not VR though.
No, not VR.
But there are VR MMOs. That's an actual thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are.
I mean, there's a lot of fucking.
I mean, technically speaking, a
Garbage
VR MMO would just be what's that fucking VR lounge or whatever it's called?
VR chat.
VR chat.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah, but there's like an actual MMO RPG.
Okay, but
Orbis
that,
VR.
that's different though. A MMORPG is massively different from an MMO because an MMO is just a massive multiplayer online game. While
Yeah,
yes, it's
yeah.
understandably typically used to refer to shit like WoW, Guild Wars, and etc.
Yeah, like
know.
per definition, you're right. But like in common usage, it's
Right.
just mostly MMORPGs.
But if you go, oh well, this game is clearly a VR MMO, it's like, well, technically speaking, a lot of shit is.
Yeah. Fucking.
Technically
look-
speaking, any game that lets you have, like 6 or more people and is VR, that's a VR MMO. Because I feel like 4 is pretty standard for multiplayer, like co-op
Yeah.
stuff.
4 is the standard for co-op and parties, yeah.
So anyway, this conversation turns out completely differently. Because now Fumi actually chooses to speak up and explain that none of the things they mentioned existed in his world, and that a majority of the technology they mentioned is only in the experimental stages, and that the most recent thing in his world was WoW or Dota. And then everyone's like, big and they all
Really?
decide to start sharing information about their various games where this is the thing. And no one's answers matched each other. No year, no Japanese minister, or the person on the $10,000 yen bill. All
Who
different
cares
answers.
about your $10,000 bill?
Well, considering
What-
it's only like $100.
Yeah. Roughly
Yeah,
100
no, but I
years
mean, like,
old.
who cares about who's on the face of your $100 bill?
Okay,
Like,
no, to
that's
be
the
fair,
least important.
that's actually pretty
Yeah.
important if you're trying to figure out if you're just a minorly divergent timeline versus just a scattered timeline where it's like now Fumi came from the year 2004, Ren came from the year 2012, Itsuka came from the year 2020, and Moritasu came from 2025. There's a major
Okay, that's
difference
fair.
between that and because then at that point everyone would have the same bill face.
I
But
mean,
if it's divergent, well,
not-
I mean,
not-
I don't know
not
how
always.
quickly. Well, yes, but
yeah, like,
I'm going
they-
off of how
they-
the Americans haven't changed the faces of their bills since literally the bills were made.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I
Because
would
we
say,
got new ones like 2 years ago. And
I
they're
would say,
kind of
yeah, for
fucking boring.
America, it'd be like, who's on your $5 bill? If the answer's anyone but Lincoln, we've
We
got a
had a-
timeline problem.
We have a timeline, right? Exactly, we have a timeline problem. So because
Who
the
broke
faces
the
are different,
timeline?
Gray playing 5D chess.
Gray playing 5D chess accidentally goes back in time and prevents Lincoln.
I wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
How exactly
That's the thing, they
5D
wouldn't-
chess prevents Lincoln? Nobody knows, and at this point, no one's
It's 5D
like
chess, dude.
willing to find out. 'Cause everyone's
Yeah.
too afraid.
Exactly.
Who would I kill?
Everyone Gray.
I
You'd
would
kill fucking
personally would
everyone.
aim for Herbert Hoover, was it?
Pick me.
Yeah, and who was it? Herbert Hoover.
Oh, that fucker.
Oh, for what?
A
Everything.
president to accidentally kill playing 5D chess. I'll probably say Herbert Hoover was pretty bad.
Wilson.
No, I mean,
Ooh,
Hoover got a
Wilson.
lot. Hoover got handed a shit deal and told like
Okay, yeah, that's true enough. Yeah.
like let's be honest. Somebody shat on the floor, and then like right minute 50, right, the last second of their shift, they took a shit on the floor, walked out, and as they were passing, they high-fived Herbert Hoover and were like, "Got this, man."
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That sounds correct.
So anyway, they share all their
I would say,
information
if I
they
was
have.
to take out any president accidentally,
Wilson.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or go way back to the very first Bush.
I don't know. The first Bush wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but think about everything that's happened after him, right?
Right. So just hit the second Bush.
No, I feel like.
Burn all the bushes.
But here's the problem, right? I want to go back and I want to get Clinton too, right?
Yeah.
Because
Look,
he got
all I'm
elected as a
saying-
direct response.
Look, all I'm saying is that Biden is going to win the presidency, and then he's going to put his hand up to his face, and he's going to rip his face off, and it's going to be Hillary Clinton underneath.
You know what? I wouldn't
Yeah.
even be mad.
I would.
I would
You
laugh.
thought
What
it was
do you
Biden,
care?
but
You
it
don't
was
live
me,
here.
Hillary.
Yeah, I know I don't, but I would still be mad because Jesus Christ, a woman.
Oh my god.
Say, let's be clear.
Went,
You don't live here.
we went a
You
whole
don't get a
hour
vote
and
or
30
an
minutes.
Yep. No longer.
Reset the clock.
Days without a workplace accident. 0.
Days without a
Streams without
workplace
me saying something
violation.
sexist. Oops.
Anyway, so they share all the information and then they move on. Now Fumi, your weapon is shield, and then you're like, yeah, he's a shield, and then they're like, oh man, you're a shield. Don't take it personally, but shield bearers are like basically trash, and they didn't have anything. And then the other two were like, yeah, pretty much that's what happened in our games too. Now Fumi was actually like totally pissed off because he didn't like being told that his shield was trash. And he's like, well, anything can be a weapon, you know. All I can do...
Clearly, none of these people have ever played Fate Grand Order, or they'd realize the true utility of the shield is to hit them with the part that doesn't kill people.
Hit him with the flat of the blade.
The back of the shield.
Yeah.
That's still such
I'm
a
gonna
weird
hit
gag.
you with
I'm
the
glad
back
that
of my
continues.
shield! Can't you just hit me with the front of your shield? Fuck you!
Is your
Bonk.
Since when is your shield an edged weapon, Mash? Since I sharpen it every day, senpai. Ah.
Fucking, like, comes
Oh,
in one
God.
day, mashes there, just fucking, with not even like a sharpener, just a goddamn fucking rock, just dragging it along the edges of the shield. It's like, oh, okay. We're gonna need to put Mash
we're hearing,
into some
guys,
more
we're pretty sure
fights.
there's a ghost in Chaldea. We just hear this like horrible screeching every morning at 2 a.m.
Fucking Mash is just there looking at her shield as she slowly drags the rock down the edge. Like, okay, we need to put Mash into more missions.
I do that already,
mean-
so I'm not to blame.
She does have a sword in her third ascension that never gets any use.
I mean, she's just fucking shielder. What the
I
fuck do
mean, when you
expect?
have a tower shield literally attached to your fist, who needs a sword?
I know, but with
Very
how
true.
often things just run into her shield, she can literally just hold that thing up to the side.
Anything can be a weapon, you know. I mean, a spear, a sword. You can also use a shield if the need arises. And everyone's like, actually, when you put it like that, that totally
Is
works.
there a reason you just
uh,
rewrote that entire sentence?
It's because I'm fucking really drunk.
Yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
he's making the claim that a spear or sword can even be used as a shield if the need arises, which you probably shouldn't do that.
Okay, look, it's basically like the same thing as I said, except the opposite.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All
literally the
right,
opposite.
you need to start sobering up, buddy.
That's
Yeah.
not happening. This
Yeah, no.
95 proof is very good at what it does.
And what it does is
I'm
good shit.
noticing.
Yeah, I've actually reached the stage where I'm not even able to read sentences anymore. I'm kind of
mean,
just
like,
looking
my
at words
fucking-
and figuring out
Yeah.
what might be the sentence.
Oh,
I
I've been
mean,
drunk for 6
we could
hours
just
now.
call it a night.
I'm just sad.
That's
No.
adorable. No.
No.
Because I'm playing Dota after this.
Why?
oh God.
Because I need to win Dota games, duh.
Oh.
Well, I know what I'm
Mm.
not doing.
Not playing Dota?
I will be refraining from Dota.
God damn it, At. You're supposed to play Dota, not play Dota.
I'm not nose. You can't trick me
Yes,
into
I
using
absolutely
the incorrect
can.
phrasing.
Play Dota, you goddamn Chicago dipshit. Chicagan. That's what I'm gonna call you from now
Chicago.
on. I now dub you the Chicagan.
Shigaten.
Shigatan. Yes. Boom! Let it be so.
Indeed.
Max, change his name because I can't spell right now.
Max,
That
if you oblige
sounds
him,
like
I'll make sure
effort.
everyone knows the house 6 doors down from you.
You're aware I have your mailing address, right? I will immediately
Ooh.
escalate. Out of
Ooh,
spite.
yeah, I have
he's
your
gonna
mailing
he's gonna
address
send
too,
some
like,
Chicago
I-
assassins after you.
What? No, I'm not
Like-
gonna. Okay, listen. There are no assassins in Chicago. There are 10-year-olds in carjacking.
I would say something.
He's about to make that 7%. It'd be 51%.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. What's 50? But also 7. When I'm wrong way around, fuck.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
Oh god. Anyway,
what's 7 but also 50?
So Moyotasu was like big think moment.
Really makes you think.
And then was like,
Fucking
what
think.
can shields do? Lame.
Shield.
Besides, these are legendary weapons. The possibilities are endless. Maybe I can find a shield that has a high attack. Standing up, and goes to the veranda. He leaned on the marble railing, watching out over the city. New possibilities, wonders, and adventures were on the horizon, and he just needed to stumble upon them and work hard. Sure, it seems like he had stumbled upon a setback, but maybe he could equip a sword and focus on developing his attack. Just as soon as now Fumi finished that thought, he felt static run through his fingers, giving him a shock. He almost shouted at the unexpected pain just as it arrived, but it was gone. He grumbled, but his menu popped up, a notification shining brightly. Alert. Breach of sacred agreement. The hero may only use their legendary equipment to fight. Holding another weapon with the intent to fight breaches the holy agreement.
Okay, so let's say someone comes at me with a sword, and because I'm the shield hero, I have mad defensive capabilities. Am I allowed to just grab it to disarm him?
Yes.
Right? I have no intention to fight
Yes.
with him. I just want to make sure he can't use it.
According to this, yes. Disarming people is totally fine.
Cool.
What the hell? As long as you don't try to like hit them with the sword after you disarm them.
Right, I'm just gonna disarm them and then throw the sword in a random
Grab
direction.
sword. Yeet!
Well, no, but think about it, right? He gets to the point where it's like, oh yeah, my defense is so high, people just can't even touch me, right? Like they can't even scratch me. Like just be like, oh look, my defense is so high, I'm now going to be the world's most effective martial artist. I'm just gonna just yank, 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 yank. Okay, rest of the team, you go clean up. I've collected all the swords. They're in a pile.
Anyway.
One might
What
even say
the
build a hill of swords.
hell? Now Fumi looked at his shield, eyes focused particularly on the green gem in the center. Possessive little thing, aren't you? Tell me, I can't fight with anything else aside from you. Not exactly sharp, you know. A ping noise sounded in his mind as another menu popped up for him. Help section. Legendary weapon is capable of assuming various forms as long as the user has unlocked them, the necessary requirements for their use. Absorb various materials to unlock new shields and strengthen the holy weapon. How neat. This is awesome. He kept messing with the newfound function. He noticed that his skill tree for the shields was full of locked entries, and many more also had question marks. Even as he looked and messed with the menu, a few new shield entries kept popping up, all of them locked by level. He glanced and tried to read more about the locked shields, but even their names were unavailable. He smiled, though, pleased about his discovery. He almost rushed to tell his fellow heroes about the news, but then he kept glancing at his menu section. Something called for attention. It was fairly hard to spot, considering that this world did not have the lighting his world had. But he managed to see it. An outline, vaguely shaped like a human, was perched on the roof. What he supposed to be the head was staring at the open windows of the hero's room. What gave it away was the shade of black clothing it wore, being Such an otaku, now Fumi researched many nerd-like things, including things about the accuracies of the ninja in his world. He found out that black was rather easy to spot in the darkness, and that real ninjas used darker shades of blue or gray to hide. Yeah, that's actually true. Because our eyesight's actually really bad, humans actually developed a pretty good ability to distinguish black from shadow.
Yep.
Which sounds nonsensical, but it's actually super helpful when you can't see fucking shit, but you know for a fact that that black that you're seeing is in fact not the shadow of a tree.
Yeah. Sounds whack, but true.
So long as you don't use anything that's a skill shows or anything else, that's how to explain the canon. I actually, yeah, I know. So, I mean, I will give the author credit so far. He is actually sticking very closely to canon lore. He's not changing up that too much. The only thing he's really changed so far is the whole interaction right at the start, where he instantly gets armor, but on top of that, instantly finds the person who summoned him. And then of course nothing happens from that, and they just continue on with canon. But you know, maybe that happens later. Who knows? Let's see what we got here. Blah 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 blah, and then just fellow heroes, and was about to call him, but a knock on their door sounded first. Knock knock. Hero Sama, the king has called for you. The banquet in your honor is served. Now Fumi looked away from the door and back to where he saw the suspicious shape, finding nothing as he looked around. He scratched behind his neck, wondering if he was seeing things. Now Fumi, Ren called out to him. The other two have already went ahead. I'd still like to eat something, so hurry up, please. Thank you for waiting for me, Ren. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. So basically, this entire thing is canon, but just with more detail.
Oh joy.
Also, there was a small mention of him finding out about the weapon abilities earlier on than everyone else, which I'm sure totally won't lead into anything overpowered or broken.
Well,
I mean, you can't blame the author for imitating the source material.
I mean, was that the opposite of source material?
Fan fiction?
No, like
Yeah.
by book like what? 4, 5, he's already starting to go off the rails.
I mean, I never made it past like the fucking 4th arc. I don't even remember anymore. I read the manga like 20 chapters in or something, and then my brain melted and I just didn't
That's fair.
anymore. Yeah, fucking garbage.
Anyway, so he looks at his shield, and he uncovers a
Wait,
skill
yeah,
tree
yeah. I
for
was
his
going to
shield.
I was gonna make a point.
Yeah.
As far as I read, he was fucking underpowered until like the very, very end of what I read.
Oh
I
wait,
think, and even then it
this
was
story or Shield Hero?
Shield Hero canon.
Oh yeah, he was super underpowered for a very long time.
Yeah, and then he got like that fucking demon shield or whatever, and then I don't even know what fucking happened.
Oh, that was the God, what was the curse series of weapons?
That was the Shield
Yeah.
of Escalation.
Yeah, the shield of
Yeah.
Nexus.
I will give you overwhelming defense. Cool, at what cost? Well, you know, all your stats are going to be halved until you fix it. Okay.
Yeah. At least
I
the
mean,
consequences.
well, the best part is like, well, will the curse wear off? Oh yeah, sure, in like 4 years. Oh, okay.
I mean, hey, that's better than a D&D cursed weapon. You picked up this sword that only makes you think it's on fire. Will the curse ever wear off?
Oh wow, yeah, no, no. On Shield
No.
Hero, it was like, well, you can wait for the curse to wear off, or you can go to these hot springs that are known for helping with curses that are far worse than what we're seeing with this. Also, murder impulses. You're gonna have to deal with those for a little while too. Sneaky didn't fall asleep, did he?
He may have
Alright.
passed out.
He wishes he did.
Yes, basically, I wish I did. It's just there's no point. Like I'm just trying to scroll ahead and like see if there's literally anything that goes on in this story that isn't canon, or is actually a significant deviation, and there's just fucking nothing. It's literally just canon, and basically no real deviation.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, bitch apparently doesn't join him. That's another deviation. There we go.
Hmm.
And he's told to find his own followers. And so he just leaves and goes to get his own followers. Finds the black guy running the smithy. Blah 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 blah. I guess blah blah blah. Earhart blah blah. Humble shop. Some armor. I guess. Could bring you ore and ingots. That'd be good. Blah blah blah. Depending on how much you want to spend, I got options. Blah blah. Boiled leather. Reinforced leather. Oh wow! Surprisingly, the author actually listed correctly how leather was used.
Can you imagine that?
wow.
Each of these go for blah blah blah, ingots and ores. I told you I'm the shield hero, the shield's magical, it absorbs things, I become stronger, blah blah blah. Magic shield, can I look at it? He gives the shield to Earhart, and Earhart looks at it and he's like, yep, this is legendary shield alright.
This here's the legendary shield.
And he's like, alright, well, before I give you these materials, please just pay me so you don't try and dine and dash. And so now Fumi feeds the shield a bunch of stuff. And blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Bonus skills. Now new Fumi immediately switched to his new shield. Didn't change much. Graphite like color. Raw iron ore shield locked, black iron ore shield locked, silver shield unlocked. He deposited pretty much everything on the counter into his shield. A silver ore shield unlocked, steel shield unlocked, bronze shield unlocked, copper shield unlocked, raw copper ore shield unlocked, iron sand shield unlocked, whetstone shield unlocked, rope shield unlocked, coal shield unlocked. So a funny story about black iron. There's actually two kinds of black iron. There is black iron that is cast iron, as it's called. That's the pitted look you'd see in some of the more old-timey pots or the specific skillets and whatnot in modern day, or fire pokers. That's cast iron, but it was also occasionally called black iron in medieval times. But there's also black iron, which is in reality steel that was mixed with gold in the process of its alloying, and it gained a burned look because of that. And there's no real benefits to adding the gold, as far as I'm aware. It just looks different. I think it might get rid of impurities in the iron better than hammering it, but that's all I can think of. So yeah, the more you know, I guess.
The more you know.
Isn't one of the bigger issues with Shield Hero Fix mainly being Naofumi or whoever replaces him that you're kind of forced for the most part to rehash canon? More or less. But the thing is, you can pretty much just skip that because it's pretty much more or less guaranteed to happen the exact same way. Because the reason why now Fumi is treated the way he is because he's the shield hero, not because he's now Fumi. So replacing him with someone else and having someone else be the shield hero wouldn't really change anything in terms of how everyone reacts to him and how they interact with him. So you pretty much could just skip ahead and just completely skip the canon retelling without
Yeah, like
any
honestly,
issues.
if you did like a he couldn't believe that he was treated so badly just because he was the shield hero.
Right, effectively, yeah. Anyway, so he unlocks his shield and his defense stat jumped massively as he continued to feed material after material into his shield. Earhart was afraid of the glint in Naofumi's eyes as the hero eyed one thing after another, wondering what else he could shove into his shield. Easy there, An-chan. You even fed the rope I set aside. I won't be able to feel at ease in my own shop if you keep eyeing everything that isn't nailed down. You are a genius, old man. Let me
Did
see
he
if
ever try putting? Hey, question. Did he ever try putting human bits in his shield?
No, I think he did not. No, he might. No, he might have. I think that's how he got the Slaver shield. No, that was from the ink. He got the
Yeah.
Human Slayer shield, I think, from eating humans with the shield.
Big brain.
He might have done something to some bandits.
He might have disassembled those as well and fed them to his bird.
No, I don't think he's ever fed humans to the bird.
I said he might have. Not too clear on that one. Anyway, so do you have any nails? I want to feed my shield nails. Alright,
What is he gonna
alright.
make a nail bat?
Yes, he's gonna make a nail bat, but a shield. Calm down, don't break anything, or else you pay for it. And so he went to go look for nails, and then he came back with some nails, and he gave them to the hero, and the hero eyed the metal rods with a hungry look. Immediately, the hero grabbed the nails and just jammed them into the shield. Iron nail shield unlocked. Iron nail shield. Increase in attack. Increase in defense. Passive skill. Building proficiency. Spiked counter. Iron stake shield. Increase in attack. Increase in defense. Passive skill. Nail spiked defense. Temporary defense +2. Bonus skill. Blunt spike. Now Fumi almost shouted to the high heavens. Finally, offensive power. He apologized for his behavior. He also asked Earhart about such things such as field equipment and camping gear. To his luck, the man had such things available, although they cost a pretty penny. In total, he spent about 350 out of his 800 silver coins. After some more moments of small talk, Naofumi exited the shop now. He finally looked somewhat adventurous, dressed in chainmail, carrying a big backpack. And so he exited the city and entered the fields. And he excelled in dealing with round leather-like creatures. Blah 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 blah. Sweet bonuses. Blah 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 blah. Weight of chainmail. Blah 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 blah. Vision caught something moving. Orange ball shot out at him. He managed to parry the bouncy enemy. Blah blah. Weirdly cute enemy. Prepared to face it off, not noticing other balloons surrounding him. He rushed to punch the first one, his fist connected, and didn't do any damage. There was some damage, of course, but the leather seams of the creature seemed to almost not break apart at all. He punched again, however, and the balloon merely bit on his fist. He expected to feel pain, but the sharp teeth certainly seemed enough to break skin. But imagine his surprise when instead of feeling pain, he felt nothing, only a slight pressure where the teeth were. He felt no pain, but he bet he looked ridiculous being bitten all around by balloons. So he switched out to his iron nail shield, and it looked like a giant nail on a shield. And then he stabbed them all with
Wow.
his shield. And then he fed his shield the materials. Blah 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 blah. Hello, shield hero. It's a beautiful woman, and she was beautiful, and she did beautiful things like be beautiful, and blah 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 blah. It's melty. Blah 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 blah, or malty, whatever. Whatever. The bitch, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I genuinely forgot what anyone in that show is called.
You and me both.
I don't blame you at all. I can't. I have them all listed on my trailer for allowing passage onto my private property, but I still can't even remember the people's names. Good shit. I don't know where I was going with that, but we'll just keep going because we're nearly done. No, actually, yeah, nearly done. 3 minutes left.
Oh, thank fuck.
I think
Three-
we can call it a night.
3 minutes left, and we're like a sixth left. 6 left, 3 minutes, we got this. So anyway, it's the bitch princess, and blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. She finally Malty, there we go. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Hang a real battle, huh? So we want some wine. No, I don't drink. Blah 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 blah. Did you know that Melomark is a matriarchy? Normally, you can't deny a woman's advances. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
That's not how this works.
Matriarchy,
The actual
huh?
second something like that started happening, I would be like, I need to leave now.
Sounds like a
Feminist
good
has
time
gone
for
too
some
far.
ANCAP.
Hell yeah, dude.
Matriarchy, huh? He didn't notice her subtle movements. If Melomark was actually a matriarchy, the queen should have been there. Something wasn't adding up. Malty, I'm going to sleep. Can we meet here at breakfast? Sure, we'll meet here for breakfast. Good night. Then he entered his room. He also took off his chainmail, rolled his shoulders, and then removed his boots. And then he was thinking about a bunch of stuff that's totally relevant to the story, but I'm too fucking drunk to read out loud. Basically, he's paranoid, so just imagine him being paranoid. And you
Yeah,
nailed it.
basically.
And then he memorized the map of the city. And he then fed the map to the shield. And he's like, oh, I wonder what happens if I do this. And then he got the cartographer shield, which allowed him to have cartography as a skill. His shield morphed into a binder. He opened the binder, and it was basically like a sci-fi screen from a manga with maps on it. And then he grabbed some copper coins and was like, hey, should I really shove money into this shield to see what happens? And then he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna shove money into this shield. So he slams some money into the shield, and he unlocks the currency shield.
It
New
worked in
shield
the
unlocked.
It
The fucking
works.
Federal Reserve.
You know what? Should have
Your
just
shield now
unlocked.
prints money.
No, I should have just unlocked the Dragon of Dojima.
Anyway, so he unlocks the void storage skill, which allows him to store all of his money. And if he levels up the shield enough, he gains calculation proficiency.
With void bank storage, but what interest does this bank give?
Nothing. Because it's
Fuck.
void.
Damn, that's kind of gay. I wouldn't use it, honestly.
His new shield was weird. It seemed more like a gauntlet than anything else. So, he then poured the copper coins into his little chest on his arm, and they fit easily. All of the coins fit inside his little accumulating treasure pile in the corner of the chest. This totally breaks the laws of physics. Does this world even have laws of physics? He kept tinkering with his shield, and he forgot about the words that were shared earlier. To be honest, he was hoping his line of thought was wrong about Malty. She seemed nice. But his paranoia was strong. He eventually fell asleep, using his shield as a pillow. He was never aware of the person that creeped up onto his back. The presence was quiet and avoided making loud noises. The person tried to move the backpack, but found that it was far, far too heavy. Hoping to find something of value, they searched the shield hero for coins, but found nothing. Irritated, the peasant let it go. As they did one last round around the room, they grabbed the chainmail and then left. And that's the end of the chapter. So basically there was absolutely no hook, no reason to keep reading the story, and just a massive rehash of canon. And only near the end did they actually start deviating from any forms of canonical story. But it's a little bit too late at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
You do that. All right. So we're gonna close
this
up for
shit.
tonight. It's actually 9:03, so we actually made it this far without me completely passing out, which is a massive record considering I'm like a thumb and a half, two thumbs and a half into a 95 proof bottle of gin.
It was like, yes, you're there.
I am there. Which is actually personally, in my opinion, great because I need to fall asleep one of these days. Because I have just been getting absolutely no sleep.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will cover more fan fictions in times to come because we're going to be doing this on Friday. As always, there is always more, and it does always get worse.